Hey guys, Philly Movie Guy here at my new apartment, and I've been doing stuff for a while. I've been getting a new DVD and Blu-ray update. Yes, it's been a long time since I did this, and I got some new DVDs and Blu-rays over the past couple months after I moved to my apartment. So here we go. The first DVD I got was a great Dan Aykroyd movie with John Candy did, and it's The Great Outdoors. Great movie. Loved this movie. I remember watching it as a kid back in the 80s. My favorite part was some of the parts with Dan Aykroyd he played a different role. Instead of the lovable Dan Aykroyd, he was more of an obnoxious jerk, which is something rare of Dan Aykroyd's work. He's more of the lovable, funny character instead of the obnoxious character. John Candy was good in it. Loved John Candy. It's too bad we lost him in the 90s. We've done better comedies, but this one was good. The famous part I like was the steak part, where he had to eat the steak. That's a great part. And the twins were scary in that. Remember, the two twins look like something from The Shining. So this is Dan Aykroyd and John Candy in Great Outdoors. Check it out. Then I got another Dan Aykroyd movie. My Stepmom is an Alien. Dan Aykroyd played a single a husband a father who lost his wife, and Kim Basinger comes down from outer space to fall in love with him to get a secret project he's working on. I always wondered who played the girl in this. I don't know who the girl is in this one. If I remember, they don't tell you in here. But I would love to know who played Dan Aykroyd's daughter in this. So this is My Stepmom's an Alien. John Lovitz is in it. John Lovitz does a good performance in this. So check this one out. Next one I got is an Ivan Reitman movie from the guys who've made Ghostbusters, and that is Evolution with David Duchovny and Orlando Jones. I think he was in Reno 911. Orlando Jones. He played Jonesy. I might be mistaken, but this movie is the closest thing we can get to Ghostbusters 3, because it's like Ghostbusters but with aliens. Duchovny was good in it from the X-Files, or Orlando Jones from the Replacements, Sean William Scott from American Pie, and Julianne Moore from Hannibal. The closest thing we got to Ghostbusters 3 since Harold Ramis and Bill Murray are in that argument over Groundhog's Day. We'll hope we get Ghostbusters 3 by 2015. I would love to see Ghostbusters 3 come out, but we got Evolution to keep us in our taste buds towards Ghostbusters 3. Next DVD I got is my dad gave me this one, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I read the book, loved the book, but this movie is not portrayed by the book. It has to be. It's only good towards certain true Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans did not like this. I personally did not like it because it made a mistake in the book towards the end. In the book, Arthur Dent does not get the girl, but this one he does. But there's a lot of cast members in this. There's Alan Rickman, who plays Marvin the Robot. Sam Rockwell's in it. Mos Def, rapper. Zoe Driscoll, Martin Freeman, Bill Nighy, Warwick Davis, as we know, who plays Willow, Anna Chancellor. Our great characters are in this. Check out Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't like it that much, but maybe you like it. Next I got is something real cool. I got this up at my Positively Records, and that is Unbreakable, the Vista series, my first Vista series movie. I like this. It has a cool case with it. See, it has like a picture of Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis. Cool thing about it is, you open it, it has a DVD, and I have the artwork by Alex Ross. There's Samuel L. Jackson's character, and there's Bruce Willis's character from the movie. Great movie. Has a lot of great special features. It's like a great movie. I love this movie by M. Night Shyamalan. It portrayed somebody's going to be a villain or a bad guy. There's always one villain and one bad guy to everybody. That is why I like this movie. It has a lot of things like the behind the scenes, additional theater scenes, comic books of superheroes, the train station sequence multi-angle feature, an excerpt from an early film of M. Night Shyamalan. A lot of great things in here. A lot of language tracks too. So it's my first Vista series movie. Now I did comic book. This is comic book month for Philly Movie Guy. Got a lot of comic book movies. Yes, I love comic books. I'm a big comic book fan. I'm doing something new for my channel, Philly Movie Guy, toys and comic book characters. So, first comic book movie I got is based off of the Dark Horse comic. And no, it's not Judge Dredd. It's Pamela Anderson and Barbed Wire. My dad gave me this. I did not like it. Pamela Anderson may be hot, but she can barely act. Like her god awful series Stripperella, if you remember that on Spike Network. But this is part Pamela Anderson and Barbed Wire. Who else is in this movie, if I remember correctly? Victoria Rawell, Jack Norris Wesley, Xander Bailey, Udaker, and Stanley Baslick, and Tamura Morrison. It's basically Barbed Wire. She's like a tough girl, kind of a mercenary, but she doesn't like to be called babe. If you call her babe, she'll kill you. That's basically what she was in the comics. You don't call her babe. That's what her famous saying was. So this is Barbed Wire. Next movie I got for month of Marvel is the Hulk. It's not the Incredible Hulk. A lot of people did not like this movie. The only thing I liked about it was they had the father's name David Banner, which was basically the Hulk's real name in the Hulk TV series, played by Nick Nolte, and we all heard about that famous mugshot he had during this movie. But this has like 2 special features, like never before deleted scenes, the dogfight scene, Hulk's physical capabilities, the evolution of the Hulk with Stan Lee, the motion capture suit, and play the entire level of the Hulk game on Xbox. Renowned artist Ramon Rowe recreate the Hulk in their own animation style, and audio commentary by Ang Lee. This movie wasn't that good, but I had to get it because I'm a comic book fan. Next one I got was another comic book movie, but it's by Del Toro, if you ever heard of him, and that is Blade 2. One of the best Blade movies ever I saw. Has Ron Perlman in it, which was cool. Chris Christopherson, Blade. They had to fight these new type of vampires, and they're like they are like crackheads on blood, and when they bite you, you become these grotesque monsters, and Blade has to fight them. The ending is so sad, and the ending is pretty good with the last couple minutes. It's real good. Otherwise, Blade 2 is cool. It has deleted alternate scenes, packed in blood, a lot of great things, a music video, and it's by Marvel, of course. Next one I got was with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, and that is Daredevil. I did not like this Daredevil, but I gotta give credit to Michael Clark Duncan, the late Michael Clark Duncan. He played a great Kingpin. Didn't like Colin Farrell as Bullseye, because Colin Farrell should have been in the suit, not this like old. But I think they were trying to make it more like the Ultimate Daredevil. That's what I think it's supposed to be based on. But it's pretty good. Otherwise, there's some great scenes in it, like Daredevil scene in the rain. That was real good. Great music video by my favorite band, Evanescence. the Bring Me to Life. But other than that, Michael Clark Duncan was good in it. Like, God rest his soul. He was one of my greatest actors. I liked him in many movies, especially Green Mile. But Jennifer Garner played Elektra. I think I got the Elektra movie somewhere, but I got Daredevil. Next I got is Marvel's First Family, and that is Fantastic Four. Yes, with Chris Evans, also known as Captain America, Ian Gruffudd, Jessica Alba, and Michael Chiklis. In this movie, this was a great movie. Loved it. I love it because one villain's in it, and that's my favorite villain, Doctor Doom. Gotta love Doctor Doom. One of my favorite villains. They messed up on the origin that much. The Fantastic Four origin, they went into space with Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, and they get bombarded by cosmic rays. But this one had Doctor Doom aboard a space station. Did not like that personally, but I can't be nitpicky on these movies. Marvel tried to reinvent it, but I said it should have stuck to this classic origin better. But otherwise, it's real good. There's a lot of things, and that's what I liked about this. And I didn't like it. I liked it a little bit because it was Marvel's First Family, but I didn't like the fact of the origin. That's all I should say about that. Next one I got is the sequel to Fantastic Four, and that's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This one was very good, but I hated how the Galactus was. Galactus was this big world devourer, but he was more of a bug swarm. But Lawrence Fishburne doing the voice of the Silver Surfer was great. That was great, and it's more basically about the Fantastic Four's relationships with each other, and they're about, like, Susan Storm and Dr. Reed Richards are getting married, and it does a lot of, like, more in depth into characters. But Doctor Doom does make a return in this, which is real cool. Doctor Doom will be always one of my favorite Marvel villains. So this is Fantastic Four: Silver Surfer. There were some parts I liked in this, but other parts I didn't. So I just got it for my Marvel collection. Now next I got are some animated movies, and first one I got are two animes. You probably never heard of them, but this one is Osamu Tezuka's Metropolis. This was one of my favorite ones. It's not based off the great 1920s classic, but this one is more of a great one. It was done by directed by Renataro, who made Galaxy Express. It was written by the great Japanese legend Katsuro Otomo from Akira, and it was based on a classic comic written by Osamu Tezuka from Astro Boy. But there's a lot of things in this. This disc is pretty good. I got it at the dollar store, which was pretty awesome. It comes with the big disc, and it comes with a little disc for the computer. But otherwise, I like the Metropolis movie. You gotta like anime. If you like anime, you should check this movie out. It's one of the greats. But if you don't like anime, I understand. Next movie I got is another anime movie. The movie's called, I didn't see it, but I bought it because I had to get it. It's Full Metal Alchemist: Conqueror of Shambhala. But I never saw this, so I had to do a review on it. So, and the other movie I got was a movie I like. I'm a big Transformers fan, and I got Transformers Prime: One Shall Stand, which is basically like has voices, two great voices returning back in the show, which is Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, reprising his role, and one of my favorite guys, Frank Welker, the great Frank Welker, reprising his role as Megatron. Other characters are in here like Adam Baldwin, Gina Torres, Jeffrey Combs, John Noble, and even Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters playing Agent Fowler. I think Gina Torres from Firefly plays what's his name? Firefly. Jeffrey Combs plays Ratchet, and John Noble, I think, plays Starscream, if I remember correctly. Adam Baldwin plays Knockout. Basically has has Unicron great planetary alignment happens, and it reawakens Unicron, and it goes into more depth story of Optimus Prime's, how he became a Prime, and does a little backstory on Prime and Megatron. Real good. The animation is sweet. It's real good. There's nothing to nitpick about it, but there's two things I had to nitpick about it that much is Soundwave doesn't have this. Frank Welker doesn't do the voice of Soundwave, which is sad because I want to hear that Soundwave eject. And Bumblebee did not have a speaking voice. He goes like that kind of voice. Other than that, it's a real good show. And now on to the Blu-rays. We have 5 minutes left till it goes to the next thing. So stay tuned for part 2 of Philly Movie Guys DVD and Blu-ray update, where I go over my Blu-rays. Okay. Remember, keep those Philly movies coming, and see you in part 2. Bye.